Okay, I don't think it's any secret to anybody that one of my favourite 1980s arcade games ever has got to be Tempest. So what's better than one Tempest cabinet? Well, I'd have to be having two Tempest cabinets at the minute. So this one over here is on kind loan to me by my good friend Arcade UK. Cheers, dude. And this one over here is one that came up for sale a few days ago on the forums, and I was lucky enough to be able to get in contact with the seller and do the deal with him. So, and the reason I've ended up with two is because every time we do the big out events and everything, we want to take some games that people don't see, and Tempest is one of those games that we don't see. Arcade UK, who owns this cab, has expressed a concern. He doesn't want it to go out to events, it's precious to him, etc, etc, and we completely and utterly understand that. So this one is going to come back, has come back from the arcade, and it's going to stay and live here. So I can carry on playing Tempest myself and loving the game. And this one is going to get a little bit of cosmetic work done to it, because it's, well, does it need cosmetic work? Tiny bit. But nothing major, just a tiny little bit of a polish up, nothing excessive, and then this one can be set up to go out to some of the events that are coming up this year and next, and so on and so on. So I'll get even though it's in tip-top shape electronically, it'll still get a little tiny bit, it'll get a look over, let's put it that way. Anyway, what I wanted to actually show you is the beauty of having two of these is that you can compare them side by side. And when this arrived the other day, one of the things I noticed about it was that, and you wouldn't notice this unless you had two next to each other, you were a complete and utter Tempestophile like me and played the game relentlessly, is they had a little tiny bit of a sound fault. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate by, see if I can get into that, a little bit of one-handed play. The sounds are a little on the flat side, and there's one. See if we can get that one to come. Right, listen. Now it's silence there. Okay, so there should have been a sound effect as a whoosh. Right, let's see if I can demonstrate the same thing on this one over here. Right, so they want the perfectly working one. Right, listen carefully. There's that whoosh. Alright, so let's go. One of the things that I like about Atari boards is the fact that they will tell you, or try to tell you, what the hell's wrong with them. So I'll put that one into test mode and that one into test mode. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to advance on to the self-test screens. Okay, on that one. And so you spin the spinner, so it says press that and that. And you go into that. Now, at the bottom of the screen, these are dip switch settings. I'm not sure what this bottom rack of zeros are, but I've got them configured identically. The 5 and the 5 are the spinner positions. If I spin the spinner, it just tells you that it's encoding correctly, and same for that. Now, one of the things they do, if you notice up here in this area, there's nothing. On this one, there's a letter Q there. Now, Atari boards try and tell you what's wrong with them, and that letter actually corresponds to a problem. Now, having had a chance to look at this and find out what the heck could possibly be wrong, I've been on the internet and I found out that error Q is related to one of the pokey chips. So that's one of those ones marked CO12294 that you see on some of the schematics. A common chip used by Atari on some of their 8-bit micros to produce sound and be a random number generator, and also to work with potentiometers and keyboard input as well. I think they're found on the Atari 800 XL series home computers. They're used extensively on the arcade games, and I believe some cartridges for some of the Atari systems use them as well. Anyway, so I had a chance to go and obtain myself a new pokey chip to try out, because on these boards they're socketed. So that's a nice easy swap. So what we'll do is we'll go around the back and we'll turn it off and we'll disconnect, which involves pulling that off, and we'll take the board out of here. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky one-handed. Okay, now the chip itself that we're looking at, according to the online resources, the chip, if I go over here, the chip we're interested in is at B/C2, which is actually, sorry, C/D2, which I believe is that one. What is it, that one or that one? It's marked up. It's that one. Okay, so I have over here one replacement pokey chip. So I am going to insert that into the board there. I've had to put it into, pop it into a little into an IC socket and solder a leg, because one of the legs was missing when I received it. It was received as a second user. Anyway, so I'm just going to pop the camera down and swap the chip over, and then we'll put the game back. We'll put the thing back in the game, and we'll see if that error queue's gone away. I've now changed out that pokey chip, so the old one is there. The new one has been fitted in. Let us now see if we can go take this back and put it back in the machine. Sorry about the shaky camera work, but this is roughshod. And where is it? There we go. It's that up. Alright, do we like a little bit of Tempest? Yes, we do. And just obviously being careful, there's a the capacitor's not in my immediate path down there. There you go, that's now plugged back on. What we're going to do is, because that one's that chip is in a little socket and the pins are slightly shorter than the old IC, what I'm actually going to do is put a tiny spot of glue on that chip just to hold it in place at some point before this goes out on the road, just to start it up. Well, sorry, to stop it from bouncing out, because when these things get on the back of trucks and they get moved around, things go ba-bump, 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 and so on. Anyway, pull the cherry switch. Click, that's a good sound, and voltage at the back of the board there. We're still in test mode. This is the primary bit of test mode, so I need to actually get it to go. I can't remember if I'm in. Oh yes, sorry, I'm in actual test mode there. If you power on with the test switch in, you go into that test mode where you have to do the spin with the fire and zap thing. So let's just cycle through. Yeah, so I'm definitely in that. Yeah, no problem. So let's go out of game mode. Back out into game mode now. Alright. And I'm now going to start a game. I'll start on that one. Here we go. And there's that whoosh sound back. Okay. Well, that's it. Everybody's seen me play Tempest before and knows how rubbish I am at it, even though it's one of my favourite games. And that's it for this video. So that's a result there. Another game from the 1980s, tweaked and now working again. So jobs are good. And anyway, if you like what we do on this channel, then do please hit the old subscribe button. Please give us a like as well, a nice big thumbs up at the bottom of the video. And if you want to ask any questions or get in touch with us in any way, either use the comments below or get in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter, and you'll see the relevant addresses be popping up on the screen any second. Alright, so until the next video, see you later.